Hey guys, this is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com and On3, and I am here with four-star Michigan athlete commit Mason Curtis. Mason, you are about to sign your national letter of intent. What does it mean to become a Michigan Wolverine?
Being committed for so long, I've been looking forward to this day, and it's good to finally make it official.
Why Michigan? Why was Michigan the right place for you?
Um, Growing up, going with my brother on visits, I've always known what I looked for, and every visit that I took from sophomore year, um, I was looking for those things, and Michigan checked out on all of them.
So you were commitment number one. You were the first man standing and stayed committed throughout the entire process. What does it also mean to you to be the guy that started this entire class?
It feels good, to see the class build up from me to other people, and just getting to know everybody that's joined me.
Definitely. So, how much pride did you take in being that leader of the class and helping recruit some of these other guys?
Um, Obviously, I was going to commit, either I was number one or the third or whatever. But being the first definitely came with a sense of like leadership, to convince other people to join, recruit as hard as I can, and show people why Michigan is the best college in the universe, in the world.
Maybe the universe too. But
Maybe the
I mean,
universe, maybe.
so yeah, tell me a little bit about getting to know some of the other commits in the class, who you formed friendships with, guys you kind of helped recruit to join you at Michigan.
Um, well, I've really been like trying to get in-state recruits to commit. 25 and 24. But outside of Tennessee, I've like built a connection with Jacob Oden, Jeremiah Lowe, and Jeremiah Beasley. We kind of That's the people I kind of reach out to first in our class. But all the commits have great connection, and I'm happy they joined me.
Obviously, you have great relationships with the coaching staff, and you are kind of unique in the sense that you're a guy that can play a lot of positions. So you got to know a lot of the different coaches. I know Steve Clinkscales, your area recruiter, was that kind of first guy on you. But tell me a little bit about Clink and some of the other guys on staff that you've really grown close with.
Um, I majority talk with Coach Mentor, the defense coordinator, and me and Clink talk a lot. Me and Roney, me and Elston talk somewhat. So just being able to know the entire staff helps with my position because, like you said, I'm somebody who, if they want me to play this position, I can play it. So having a connection with all the coaches just helps me.
Tell me a little bit about what you see yourself as at the next level. I know I've asked you that question plenty of times before, but now that you're about to put pen to paper, how do you see yourself maybe projecting at the next level?
With Coach Herb having the best strength and conditioning in the country, if he wants to build me up to be one of the best edges like we produce, we have a deep edge roster. So, I mean, really, it's wherever they want me. I'll play wherever.
Do you have a position of preference?
No, I'm open minded to everything.
Where do you think you're like, I guess, where do you think you're going to go in the strength and conditioning program? How much weight do you think you're going to add? Do you have any target goals or anything? Because I think right now you're listed at 6'4", 195, but I think you're a little heavier than that right now. So where do you think your body's going to go under Coach Herb?
Well, right now I'm 205. So, if I can go into Michigan weighing maybe 215, 210, you know, 30 pounds to 215 is 245. And at that point, if they want me to play edge, I can play edge. Or if they want me to be like a hybrid safety, put on 10 or 20 pounds. And, just keeping my explosiveness and my athleticism is a key.
Tell me about watching Michigan's defense this year and what you thought about the way Coach Minter coached up that whole unit.
Yeah, defense has been the best in America. And I've been saying that for a long time. Last year I said the same thing. Um, it's just a lot. Everybody's connected, everybody's playing. It's really one big family. Nobody tries to take all the shine. Nobody does that. It's really like a grind system.
So Michigan obviously has a big game coming up against Alabama. You got any predictions for that one?
I'm gonna hold off on predictions. I was asked this the Ohio State week, and I waited until Saturday to respond back and told him I didn't want to jinx anything, so I'm just gonna hold off. But I think we have a good shot. I think we.
I know. Yeah, no, I know you're not enrolling early. So, what are you going to do to kind of stay ready for when you do get to Michigan in June? Any plans for training or things you're going to do this off season?
Um, I'm definitely gonna hit up Coach Herb. You know, after I sign, that's when really it's college prep for those who aren't enrolling. So I'm really gonna hit the weights, strength and conditioning, and just keep up my footwork and everything.
I know you were part of the MPA organization and early on in your recruitment, and obviously you had a chance to do some tours at Michigan with them and everything. It's actually the same organization that helped out Junior Colson, Michigan linebacker. How much do you not necessarily look up to Junior, but just look at Junior like, okay, this is a guy from Nashville, from the same program as me that went out and did great things at Michigan. How much do you think you can maybe learn from him, and how much inspiration do you maybe draw from him?
Um, well, me and him trained with the same trainer when he was here. So, me going to him, just hearing the things like I'm doing what he did when he was in high school, and I see how it panned out for him. So I know like the MPA route to Michigan, it's been successful. So if I just follow the course, then everything should plan out.
During your recruitment, like we said earlier, you were the first guy in the class and you never wavered. And I think I got asked periodically, like every couple months, somebody would be like, is Mason wavering? Is Mason interested in another school? And I'd always be like, nah, it doesn't really seem like it. Was there ever a time where other schools did try to get in the picture, and did you just brush them off? Or, how did you handle that part of the process since you were committed for so long?
Schools did hit me up, and they gave me their best pitch, and I'm thankful for all that, and I'm thankful for all the coaches that did that. It's a blessing to still be wanted after you've made such a big commitment. But I think everybody knew that, like on the coaching staff, that I was fully committed to Michigan. There was never a point where I wanted to take a visit because I don't think any school can provide what Michigan has.
So we talked about you helping build the 2024 class, but you mentioned you were working on some 25s already. One of them is your teammate, Ethan Utley, who's actually a top 100 defensive lineman there at Emsworth. Tell me a little bit about visiting with him for the game against Ohio State and what your message has been to Ethan.
Well, I've known Ethan for forever, so playing with him from second grade all the way and finishing my high school career with him, it's been special. That's one of my like brothers. I consider him like family. So him also having the opportunity to come up to Michigan, I everybody has a home, and I'm not gonna force anything onto him. It's his decision, it's his journey. But obviously, I want him to come up and see, what Michigan has to offer, and I think that it will put him in a great position, to play in the NFL, which I know is his dream.
Awesome. So let's get to know you a little bit away from the field. Tell me about yourself. What is Mason Curtis like? What are some things you like to do outside of football?
Outside of football, I'm a gamer. I love getting on the game. I love getting on the game either with the people I'm going to school with in Michigan or, friends here. I'll say I'm chilling, laid back. Like I don't really do too much. I'm either in the house or at a basketball, football game. Yeah.
I saw you were playing a little bit of basketball, dunking at some guys and stuff, and pretty good
Yeah.
hooper.
Yeah, I used to take it serious. I used to think I was gonna go to college for basketball, which if I wanted to, I think I could, but football snatched me up.
So a lot of people don't know, but you do have an older brother that went D1. How much did you kind of learn from him going throughout his process and seeing what he was able to do?
His process was unique because I think that was the first year of the transfer portal. So, high school recruits weren't really taught, get your name out to those colleges quickly before the portal, they snatch somebody out the portal. So seeing that, when I committed, I talked to him. That was somebody who I leaned on for advice. And he was just like, if you find the home, don't wait, commit. Like, but make sure if you're committed, you're committed.
Yeah, well, you found the right one, obviously. So let's talk a little bit about food. What's your favorite post game or pre-game meal?
My favorite post game, it's got to be like, well, I'm not gonna lie. There's like a Waffle House maybe 10 or 5 minutes away from my school. So after the games, everybody from my school, will go out to Waffle House and we'll just meet up and eat. So it'll probably be Waffle House. That's what I ate the most in high school after game.
That's hilarious. Our producer will love this. He like lives at Waffle House. He's losing a fantasy football bet and he has to sit at a Waffle House for 24 hours and he has to eat like 24 pancakes or something like that.
That's what
So
somebody in my grade did. That fantasy football.
really?
That's crazy.
That's terrible. What do you plan to study at Michigan?
I want to study and major in sports management.
Any plans for what you maybe want to do after football?
I definitely want to coach. I want to be
Coach.
around football. Yeah.
Last question. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 4 years at Michigan?
Uh, I see myself a key part of the team and, a leader of the team.
Thanks, Mason. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.